Just a short reminder. There was a man, a companion of the Prophet ﷺ, his name Rabi'a ibn Ka'b. And Rabi'a used to be from Ahl Sufa, who were the very poor people who migrated to Medina, and they had no money or place to live. So the Prophet ﷺ, he made a space for them inside the masjid. And they were called Ahl Sufa, literally the people of wool, because wool was one of the cheapest materials, and that's the clothes that they used to wear. So Rabi'a, he took it upon himself to become a servant of the Prophet ﷺ, and he would sometimes sleep outside his door, waiting for him to wake up for the Salah and then serve him the water in order for him to make his wudu. Excuse me. So one day the Prophet ﷺ, he sees Rabi'a and he says to him, Sal, ask. Meaning, ask whatever you want, and I am here to make dua for you. Now just imagine, this is the man who, if he raises his hands to the heavens, he was always answered. Saying to you, make dua, ask me to make dua, and whatever it is, I will make it. So what does Rabi'a say? He says, As'aluka, I ask that you ask Allah to give me murafaqataka fil jannah, to give me a space next to you in paradise. Now look at that, subhanallah. If any one of us was asked, look, one thing, whatever you want, most of us would ask for maybe a new car, a new house, or some credentials, or that promotion at work, etc., etc. So Rabi'a said, I want a space next to you in paradise. The Prophet ﷺ said to him, Awa ghayra dhalik, is there anything else you want? And he said, Huwa dhak, that is the only thing that I want. So the Prophet ﷺ said to him, فَأَعِنِّي عَلَى نَفْسِكَ بِكَثْرَةِ السُّجُودِ. He said, then help you by making a lot of sajda. I.e., pray a lot of prayers, and by that will you be able to be next to me in paradise. Now this is a very powerful lesson, that besides the obligatory prayers, there are voluntary prayers. And whoever increases in his voluntary prayers, one of the rewards that he will enjoy is that he will be able to spend time with the Prophet ﷺ in paradise. May Allah make us from those people. Imam Ahmad, it is said about him that in one day, sometimes he would pray 1,000 rak'ah. 1,000 rak'ah in a day. Now even if you do the maths, it gets a bit difficult. So if he slept for 4 hours, it's 20 hours. In 20 hours he prays 1,000 rak'ah. 1,000 rak'ah is 500 prayers basically, of 2 sets. So 500 prayers in 20 hours. In 10 hours, that's how many prayers? 250. In 1 hour, how many prayers is that? 25, yes. 25. And how long does it take to say 2 rak'ah prayer? 5 minutes, or if he was very quick, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. So that means that he was spending 50 minutes of every hour praying to Allah. That's quite amazing, isn't it? Extraordinary. It's even difficult to imagine a person was doing that, but sometimes he would do that. Why? Perhaps he was inspired by this hadith. Now this hadith is particularly important to us in these winter months because we have a very long night. And the early Muslims would see that as a treasure from Allah. Reason being is because if you have a very long night, you have a lot more opportunity to make Qiyamul Layl. And I think this is the real advice for myself and for yourselves, brothers, that in these long winter nights, a person should strive to pray Qiyamul Layl. If a person finds it difficult to wake up earlier than the time of Fajr to pray, then he can pray before he goes to sleep, because the time for Tahajjud actually begins after the Isha. Once you have prayed your Isha, now the time has begun for you to pray Salatul Tahajjud or Qiyamul Layl, or the other words that are used for this prayer. So my advice for those people that do not do this is that they should start, and if they find it very difficult, just start with 2 rak'ah, that's all. Just 2 rak'ah before you go to bed. And what is better than that is to try and wake up before the Fajr by half an hour, 45 minutes, and then to pray then. Because we know that the last third of the night is the most virtuous night, because it is the time that Allah Jalla wa Ala descends to the lowest heaven and asks the slaves, whoever is there, ask and you will be responded to. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq and inspire us to be of those who increase in our sajdah. Ameen. هذا وصلى الله وسلم على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. جزاكم الله خير.